What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? We are back. Yes, we are back again, my friends. We are the Tapped In Sports Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. D. Got my guy, Big Jew, rocking with me on the early set. What to do, my brother? How you feeling?
What's up? What's happening?
You already know how we do it. We are back for another great week. Like I always say, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are following us on all social media platforms at Tapped In Sports. We got a good one on tap for you tonight. We got our rundown talking about NCAA football, NFL updates, a little bit of this, gonna do a little bit of that. But we gotta start it off with the NFL this week. What's going down? The Lions, they have been on the road this year. They have been rocking. They've been basically blowing away anybody who step on the field with them. It's still a long way to go until we get to the playoffs. The Super Bowl is pretty much everybody already think that they're the favorites to come out the NFC. But who is the biggest threat to the Lions Super Bowl run? Is it maybe another team in the NFC? Is it maybe themselves?
Honestly, I'm still going to hold strong to Green Bay. I know the Lions beat Green Bay, but it was a very close game. It came down to the last minute. Some would say it came down to a few missed calls, but the story for later or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? Still holding tight to Green Bay, man. I think if Detroit does run into Green Bay in the playoffs, if I'm correct, I think Detroit beat Green Bay last year. In the playoffs. Yeah, so Green Bay has this little sour taste in their mouth, and I think it'll be an ultimate revenge game as opposed to another one of these regular season games because the Lions are hot, so I ain't gonna take away from that. I really don't see nobody else beating them this season. In the playoffs, it's a different ball game. Yeah, it's different. The Lions with a good record, they'll be favored because they'll have home field advantage. But that plays a big role in Jared Goff right now because he plays good indoors and whatnot as opposed to outdoor stadiums. So in that sense, they'll be all right, but there's still some teams that I think could actually catch them in the end.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yep. I'm not going to say Kansas City if the refs ain't got they check.
Man, chill out. Don't do that. Don't start that. We just got the show started, bro. Don't start with the Mahomes slander already, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But I think the biggest threat to them is honestly the Eagles. If they can get outside of their drama that they got going on right now in Philly, I think that they can really be a threat to the Lions. Outside of Philly, maybe Minnesota, because a lot of people still sleeping on Minnesota. A lot of people have been down on Sam Darnold. People are actually thinking that the Vikings should move on for him. That's going to be a little discussion we're going to get into. But I honestly think right now with the way that they're playing and the way that he has really winning. Yeah, they still winning, but a lot of people think that they should just go ahead, cut ties with them at the end of the season and just make room for J.J. McCartney because that's who they really was slated to be the starter until he went down with that injury. But the way Sam Darnold has been rolling, now he's figuring out that he can spread the ball around. It's going to be trouble. A lot of people already think that they punched their ticket, but they still got to get out their division. Then they still got a possibility to see the Vikings again, and they got to see the Eagles. So I think it's either going to be either Philly or Minnesota that's going to be the biggest threat to the Lions getting there. But right
you
now,
they sold on this Sam Darnold all of a sudden.
Yes, sir. Since he came in, because a lot of people was down, they was like, "Oh, Sam Darnold, he ain't woo woo woo." But I knew Kevin O'Connell, the coach for the Vikings, if you got talent, he can develop you into something. Figured out after that first game, I saw how he was looking. I think they could potentially do something, and they've been rolling. And the only thing he really needed was some real weapons. And now you got Jettas, you got Addison, you got Hawkinson, Aaron Jones running the ball. Like, come on, brother. Hey, old Minnesota looking like they might be ready to do something. But they bring me back to what I was saying. A lot of people think that the Vikings should move on from Sam Darnold at the end of the season. But I honestly think that they should keep him rolling because even though Jay McCartney is supposed to be a touted first rounder, superstar there, but he still needs at least a half a season to try to get them reps, get that experience. And when you already got a bridge quarterback with Sam Darnold, at least next year they need to keep Sam Darnold. Don't move on. What you think about it, Jew?
Let me ask you this, since you saying it like that. Did you ever think about it? Maybe it's the team that's good, that is not Sam Darnold. So if they were to move on from him to J.J. McCarthy, they could very well and be successful at it. I don't think it's Sam Darnold making everybody else better. I think it's everybody else making Sam Darnold better.
Okay, did Kirk Cousins have some of these same weapons when he was there? And he wasn't looking this good. Kirk Cousins didn't have no season like this, and he had some of them same, possibly some better weapons.
I think that was injuries came into play on Kirk Cousins' season. including
I don't
Haley
know,
on the
cause you see
cover.
what Kirk doing now. He don't look no better. So was he really injuries or was he just garbage? I think he's just garbage. I ain't never been sold on Kirk Cousins.
You not
JJ
sold on Kirk Cousins, but you sold on Sam Darnold.
in this system, I am. Like, you take him anywhere else, I don't know. But that's any quarterback. If they get in the right system with the right coach, they're going to flourish. If you have a Bryce Young type situation, main situation, it's going to be tough on their quarterback.
True.
But they rolling right now. So why bring back McCartney when he really ain't had no experience in the league? He's a hell of a player, dynamic quarterback, but he still ain't had that experience. It's different. The NFL ball is different than college. He was dominant on the college level, but hey, man, once those folks get tape on you in the NFL, it's gonna be hard for you to get out. So
Sam Darnold, case in point.
most definitely. Hey, real quick before we move on, we talked about Detroit and them basically being a lock for the Super Bowl. But do you think that their defense may be a little bit concerning?
As of right now, yeah, Aiden Hutchinson isn't in the game right now, and it's starting to show. Well, it's been showing for a while. It actually had an immediate impact, but they tried to address that issue with Zadarius.
Yeah.
Other than that, they had a pretty solid run game. That's run defense, but the teams have been able to put up a few big numbers on them, but at the same time, they've still been getting sacked. So I know the run defense is still solid. There's a little question about the secondary when they tackling and whatnot, but if you make it to the secondary, man, you beat everybody else. You beat all the big dudes. It's not concerning. They put up a lot of points. I don't see the problem.
Okay. So do you think their coach is the coach of the year, or do you maybe one of these other fellas up here, maybe a Harbaugh or maybe a Tomlin? Who you think is the coach of the year?
This is a close race.
It is.
This is because, man, hats off to Andy Reid for still managing to pull out these wins, even with this piss poor ass performance by Pat Mahomes right now.
Hey, hold tight there.
You know what I'm saying? So he's still managing to pull out wins on that end. Campbell, this is amazing season for Detroit right now, unheard of. And Harbaugh, this first year in, and shit, it's like he never left.
It is.
And to be honest with you, beginning of the season, I was trying to figure out who the fuck was Jay Herbo even going to throw it to. I was thinking that for the longest because I know McClunky was a rookie and everything, so I was just like, damn, who? Then the other person you had that was supposed to be the biggest name was Quinn Johnson, and we all know how his season was going last season. And I'm a big fan of him, so I was expecting him to just hit the ground running, but last year he was pretty slow. They weren't connecting too well. But this year, man, first year in, Harbaugh got all the boys clicking on all cylinders. So that's a good-ass pick as well. But I just got to give respect to Tomlin, man. Tomlin always finds a way to turn this franchise right back around. They may have an okay season. They don't have a bad season. They may have an okay season, and then they right back at him. So I'm going to give it to Mike Tomlin right now. But they all good picks.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. They all have their teams playing at a high level. You wouldn't go wrong with any of these as the coach of the year, especially Dan Campbell, the way he has got all the players to buy into his system in Detroit, the way he has basically transformed their franchise. You can't say enough about what he has done in Detroit because for the long time, yeah, as much as my guy Trap would like to disagree, he swear they've been dominant. The Detroit Lions have not been dominant for the last 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So within these past couple of years, him coming in, I think it's like his 4th year in Detroit, and just take them from night to day has been nothing remarkable. And then with Harbaugh, his first year, it's like he never left. Just switch locations. They got them because Jay Herbo, you know how I feel about him. I feel like that young man is garbage. He is really stealing money from the league. But this year, man, Harbaugh got that man playing at an elite level, got him tending, looking like competition out there. So tip your cap to Harbaugh. Tomlin, he never is going to have a losing season. He's going to have an eye season. It's never a bad season in Pittsburgh because it's just something that he does to get his players to buy in to the philosophy, into the structure, into the system of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they just keep on winning, just keep on chugging along. But that boy Big Red, though, that boy Big Red in Kansas City, man, hey, man, say, man, in my opinion, I'm going to put Dan Campbell one. And then I got to go Big Red too, because the way they whole coaching staff have been able to get these folks to win, it don't matter how they win. He going to make sure they get their dub every week. It don't matter who they play, where they play at, what they got to do. Only thing you got to do is get it to 15. Get it to 15. Or on the defensive side, you got Chris Jones. Like y'all always say, I don't never show no love to them. They be kind of sneaky, but they still have been able to step up when they need to step up. And that's a tribute to the coach and how they buy in to the philosophies. But right now, it really could go either way. You got 4 great candidates for Coach of the Year. Shout out to them for doing their thing. With that being said, what are some of your biggest takeaways from this last week in the NFL? What did you see? What really caught your eye? Tap in.
First off, let me go ahead and just say this. I appreciated what I saw from Dallas. That was the old Dallas that I was used to right there. We established the run game. Cooper Rush wasn't making all his passes the right way. He made some that counted. On the other end, as far as the run defense, we was real solid at the run defense. We didn't give up all those big plays like that. Chase was targeted, 22, 23 fucking times? That's fucking unheard of.
You know, a lot of times.
You know what I'm saying? So you expected to get double digits. You getting targeted that fucking much. So I don't fault that. It was good to see my boy Bland back out there. Aside from that fluky-ass call, the boys looked actually pretty good last week. CD was involved, Fergie as well. Man, it looked like a pretty solid team. I don't mind losing that type of game because I think it could have went either way, but I feel like we back on track now that everybody's injuries are coming off.
What you think about Micah and how he handled himself? Do you think that was a bad look, him storming off, him making a scene on the sideline? Do you think that's a bad look as a leader?
Definitely, man. He just got caught up in the moment, man. I can't blame him for that. He got caught up in the moment. They were supposed to win. But honestly, on the sportsmanship side, yeah, man, that was selfish. You're going to look back and be like, damn, I should have handled that a little bit better. But I definitely understand it was just a lot of emotions and whatnot, and he probably didn't even agree with the call and everything. But in my opinion, it could have been worse. The reaction definitely could have been worse.
Oh, yeah, it could have been worse. Like you said, you got to give him some type of grace. Even though he is a leader, he's supposed to know better. He's still young. He's still learning how to handle himself and conduct himself as a star in the NFL. But, man, understand why he was upset because we was right there. Only thing you had to do is not touch the ball. Get away from it. Like, why was we even that close to the football? So I understand why he was
a rookie, right?
Yep, he had just got activated. He hadn't even been with the team like that until
practice squad guy.
Yeah, he was practice squad guy. And so he thinking he finna be a hero, but no, dude. Once it get past the line of scrimmage, like, bro, you gotta let it do what it do. Let that jump bounce. Don't touch it, because soon you touch it, it's a live ball. Anything go. And
he was trying to be the hero.
Yeah, most definitely. He was trying to be the hero, and he should have just let the ball go out of bounds, let them recover it, and it would have been our football. And then we would have been right there in their territory. So it would have been nothing for us to either, one, go ahead and kick that field goal, or two, possibly get into the end zones.
You could tell his intentions, how he caught the ball. He caught the ball standing up. You know what I'm saying? He was going to try to run it back as far as possible.
Exactly. He was going to try to run that bitch back.
Man. Come on.
No, you cannot do that. The smallest slip up, and like you said, it went straight through his hands, and the dude from Cincinnati was right there. Got it. I was like, come on. Like, we had did everything. I'm talking about, it was a hell of a game. That was basically the best game that you could have asked for against the Bengals, Monday night, high stress situation. And Cooper Rush, I got to get a man his props. A lot of people be down on him, but he has been able to deliver. That pass that he threw to CD, I'm talking about, hit him right there. Boom. It was so pretty. And we haven't been able, I like that, but Dak ain't been able to do that all year. I ain't seen a pass like that from Dak all year, to where it's just boom, just money right there. He ain't got to do nothing but just catch it.
But don't forget, he was open too now.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But my thing, why they not getting open for Dak though? Get open for Dak.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different feeling. It's a different attitude now. Even though we came up short, weren't able to get the dub, it's a different feel. Like,
man, honestly, to be real with you, I feel like shit, man, when Dak was in there, he was forcing it to CD. And when Cooper Rush got in, you know what I'm saying, he don't owe CD shit. He practicing with these other guys. You see him targeting Schoonmaker just as much as he targeted CD and Brandon Cook. I think Cooper Rush, he's actually going through all the progression. It's just as long as they block for him, and that's just the next big thing for us, man. We got to get these rookies acclimated to better pass blocking. And give our quarterbacks a little bit more time. Yeah, Cooper Rush, man, he actually reads through all the progression. Dak, not so much, man. He always, I gotta do, can have him mad at me.
Exactly. Come on. We trying to win the game. Get it to whoever open. It don't matter who it is. And I like how Darnold is starting to step up in the run game. He's starting to produce. At least make them think, okay, yeah, we got some type of running game. At least it's making it convincing a little bit. So shout out to the Cowboys. Hopefully we can try to do a little something, even though they say it's like a milk's chance.
That's 2 straight 100-yard games, right?
Yeah, 2 straight 100-yard games. We got a 2% chance. We got a milk chance of getting in the playoffs. So 2% chance, anything possible now. A milk chance, 2%, anything's possible. Yeah. But another thing I got from week 14, Josh Allen is so overhyped. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Now, a little bit had to do with play calling and the coaching, but when you the man, you gotta them the Rams. Even though the Rams have been starting to look a little bit better, now that they starting to get a little bit healthier, but it's still the Rams. You Josh Allen. Come on now. And their defense is a little bit more suspect than what I thought. I thought Buffalo had a better defense, but how you let the Rams go out there and put up points like that? The Rams
it's Matt Stafford though.
This is true.
This is Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford against the right quarterback, man. Matt Stafford would throw it. I'm telling you. It's any given Sunday where he could put up 350, 370, 400 passing yards and whatnot, 3 touchdowns or whatever. To be honest with you, man, I wanted to pick them as the upset of the week. The Rams against the Bills. For some reason, I just knew, man, Stafford gonna come out there gunning. He got to show these young bucks how it go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, did they ever come out gunning? Because I'm talking about there was a show they put on for sure. On both sides of the ball, but it's just in the clutch moments, it's just certain people like Josh Allen, Lamar, a little bit shaky, kind of shaky when it comes to them big primetime games. For some reason, they just don't look fluid. They struggle. Even though Pat Mahomes, he struggles too. But at the end of the game, in the clutch time, when it's time to win the ball game.
You don't never talk about Pat Mahomes struggling.
I just said he struggles. He struggles. But when it's time, when it's clutch time, ain't no struggling. Ain't no such thing as struggling when it's clutch time.
He been
when
struggling like all season, D.
But when it comes to crunch time, Jew, when it comes to crunch time, who do you want on your side? Who do you want to be your quarterback? When you need to go get a play to win the game, who do you want?
Them guys in the black and white.
Man, y'all gotta let that juju go, man. Y'all gotta let that go, man. Let that narcotic go, bro. We can't help it. We can't help it that people get nervous when the ball game on the line against the Chiefs. We can't help that, bro.
Okay.
We can't help that, bro. I'm just saying.
They get nervous every game, huh?
Hey, it be like that. My number 15, what is you saying? They automatically know. No matter how hard I try, no matter what I try to do, number 15 is going to be that dude. He going to answer. And that's why I honestly think, even though with all the struggles, he should still be in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
Come on, D. Even with the struggling.
Come on, D. That makes no sense.
Even with the struggling.
Because think about it.
Look at the record.
If he's struggling and they're still winning, how can he be the most valuable player? So that means obviously there's somebody else on the team that's more valuable, or at least equally valuable is Pat Mahomes right now. Would that be Chris Jones?
Andy Reid?
Okay. It's not Pat Mahomes is the point I'm making.
It's Andy Reid, but Patrick Mahomes going to get the credit because Patrick Mahomes is the one on the field. Right. The man 12-1 and they've been garbage. Please explain it. Explain it though. How they 12-1, he's been having all these struggles.
I just said it.
No. Okay, so they got 12 wins. I will give you 4 of the wins the referees have, if you will, helped them out.
5.
4. Okay, maybe 5. What happened? What happened to other 7 games? They got 12 wins though. What happened to other 7 games? If I give you 5 games, the refs helped them out. What happened to other 7 games?
Well, my math ain't that good. Maybe it was more. Now that I think about it,
you see that? 8. You see how y'all be trying to do so? Since it's not 15, who is your MVP?
I'm gonna go with Saquon, man.
Okay, all bullshit aside.
You never heard me give the Eagles props like that, man.
Man, you gotta give props where props due.
Keep that on the. Keep that on.
Hey, you gotta give props where props due, because dude is looking dominant. And like I say, they got them. He got them looking good. Beside the fact, you know what I'm saying, in spite of the fact that they got all this beef going on in the locker room.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then Jared Goff, you already know it's a quarterback award. It's a quarterback-driven league. It's going to be hard to beat that. And he putting up the numbers for it, too. Quarterback-wise, I don't want no quarterback but number 15. I'm just saying. He the one. Speaking of quarterbacks, does A-Rod just need to go ahead and retire after this year? Does he have anything to prove? Should he just go ahead, get a clipboard, put on a headset?
Man, I don't know. It looks pretty bad, and I was definitely on the A-Rod train at the beginning of the season, but that shit has not worked out at all. I don't think he done, but yeah, this season here was a complete waste. I don't know what the fuck is actually wrong. When I watch him sometimes, most of the time it's a winning drive or whatnot. They look like they be clicking, but obviously they not because shit, they keep getting all these L's. But yeah, this season was a waste. I don't know it was the same team as the previous quarterback, plus a better wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, supposedly a different offensive coordinator. I don't know what the fuck. It's not over for him, but I just don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my guy A-Rod. He gonna have to most definitely do some soul searching this off season and try to see exactly what he want to do. Do he want to be a quarterback? Do he want to be a public figure? Does he want to be a commentator, analyst? Does he want to be like, I don't know what he got going on. Does he want to be vice president of the United States? We don't know what A-Rod, what his desires, what his passions are at this moment. So he needs to first look at himself in the mirror and decide what is it that he wants to do going forward. And if he wants to really be a quarterback, he needs to let the coach. He needs to just make sure that he's been a positive role model, a positive influence in the locker room, helping these younger stars get acclimated to the league. He need to take that leadership role like that and just don't worry about your stats and just throw caution to the wind and just go play football, dude, because you done tried to do everything. Brought in your coach, you done brought in your old OC, you done brought in your boy, about 4-5 of your homies. You done got the coach fired.
At this point, you think like maybe they stopped believing in Aaron Rodgers, like the players?
Oh, yeah. You could tell because they ain't even trying, putting in any type of effort to get open. It seemed the offensive line ain't blocking like they should be blocking. Like, it's just a mess in New York. And granted, the Jets have been known to be a mess for the last 30, 35 years. That's nothing new right there. But you just thought with Aaron Rodgers, with the defense they had, with the weapons that they have, you just thought they would be a little bit more better. You thought it would be way better than what he has produced. And I don't know what A-Rod got going on. So hopefully he can figure out what he wants to do with the rest of his career going forward. Because right now, bro, you over here stealing money, bro. All right. So with that being said, we're talking about that quarterback. Let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks last week. What would you give the grades for the rookie quarterbacks week 14? Tap in.
Shout out to Bo Nix. I always got to say that every time. I told y'all who was going to have the biggest impact on the team. And, of course, it was Bo Nix. I don't remember what Drake May did in week 14, actually. You remember what happened in that game?
They lost by 1 to Indiana. Drake May, he went 24 for 30, 238, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jane Daniels, they played the Titans last week, blew them out, 42-19.
Some teams have figured out lately, you know what I'm saying, how to stop them boys, them Cowboys in particular. But other than that, he been back in it. He been doing his thing all season, so it ain't even no surprise that he been going out like that. I said, shout out to my boy Bo Nix. What's going on in this Chicago thing again?
Boy, a whole lot of nothing.
I stopped watching they ass in like week 6, 7, some shit like I stopped watching him, man. I was never on that train in the first place.
It was decent. They just didn't have the proper coaching. Last week, I would have to give him maybe a D, a C minus D-ish. He went 17 or 23, 134 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions. But a lot of that, you got to put that on the offensive line. He was sacked 7 times. You know what I'm saying? He really is not getting the opportunity to get the ball down the field. How many rushing yards? He had 27 rushing yards. So 4 attempts for 27 yards. He averaged 6.8 yards a carry. It was decent, but that offensive line is horrible in Chicago. When I say horrible, Drew, they is horrible. But like I say, that's the biggest factor because they can't protect the man. He got sacked 7 times. Like, goddamn. Like, that was a rough day. Brock Purdy had a hell of a game last game. He went 20 or 25 with 325, 2 touchdowns. He was only sacked once. So that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like he getting that protection from his offensive lines. But I give him a C- because he got sacked 7 times. He can't help this. Hopefully with the new coaching staff that's about to come in next season, hopefully they can also add some pieces on the offensive line, maybe another weapon or two, get stouter in a running game so they can get him some viable weapons because
Get
I
him a
mean he
tight
got the
end.
talent. Yeah.
Get him a tight end. Because you can throw to that tight end doesn't necessarily have to get all the way down the field. You see what I'm saying? You waiting on these wide receivers to run these full fucking routes when that tight end is right there as a safety net. Get him a tight end with some hands, man. I'm telling you can have some check downs that look better than what he's been trying to pull off lately. Anyway, yeah, just get him a tight end.
I swear. And then Bo, he was off last week. Let me see. Was he off? I don't see the Broncos. Yeah, it looked like the Broncos was off last week, so we can't grade him. But like I said, they've been doing their thing. They've been representing. Honestly, I didn't know what this season was gonna look like, but yeah, they most definitely exceeded expectations. A lot of people had JJ McCartney. They thought that he was gonna be able to be a high time producer, but he ended up getting injured. Michael Penix, you ain't seen him this year. How much longer do you think he gonna sit before he get his chance in Atlanta?
With the way Cousins is throwing these picks nowadays, I don't know. They drafted him for a reason, so I still think he's due his shot. Hopefully not this season. I don't think the Falcons should switch quarterbacks and whatnot. I think that would actually just mean that they're giving up on the season. So hopefully Penny waits to next season or whatever. And I still see Kirk Cousins coming back next season. I see them giving him another shot. They really wasn't doing this fucking good last year anyway. I think Kirk Cousins still holds the job.
Oh my God. The people in Atlanta didn't pay for this. They didn't sign up for this. Hey man, they gotta finish out this year. Maybe the preseason next year. They see how Penix looking. If Penix is looking good, then you gotta go ahead and pull the trigger. You gotta go ahead and pull the trigger and go ahead and put Penix in because Kirk Cousins is not the one. Ain't never gonna be the one. If they looking for results from him, nah, you're gonna have to go another direction because he ain't the one.
So Falcons make the playoffs. Falcons win their first game. You don't keep him.
He would have to win his first game. He gonna have to win in the playoffs. If you don't win in the playoffs, my brother, you get if Michael Penix looking good in preseason, we gonna have to roll next season with Penix just based on what you done did this year. Dude, he started off good as hell. I ain't gonna lie, but
that's what I'm saying. It was fireworks and everything all throughout the season in the beginning.
But nah, this ain't it. I don't know what he got going on these past couple of games. He has been on the struggle bus. And so
hasn't the defense been giving up more points though than they was in the first 4 weeks?
This is true. And I don't know if this was because Minnesota was just hot and just came in on one last week. But yeah, it got real ugly for Atlanta. So that's what I'm saying. You got to see what you got in Penix because you wasted that draft pick to go get him. So why not at least see what you got? At least see what he can do in some type of real football.
He got time. Then you don't have to just throw the man out there to the dogs. You can give him time, give him a seat, and give him a fucking notebook and a pad and let him just write shit down and learn.
But how long is he?
You don't have to throw everybody in the fire.
How long you gonna let Kirk Cousins drag you down the goddamn road blindfolded though? Come on, man. You can't continue to keep driving blindfolded, man. Eventually you gonna wreck these bitch, man.
He's a gunslinger, man. I can't argue with that. Sometimes them games don't look real good. And he's still gonna throw it just as much in the bad games too. Hey, you gotta take the good with the bad and the ugly.
The man that throw no touchdown last game had 2 interceptions. Come on, man. He had 300. He had 300 yards though.
Yeah. All right. Who fought against Jared Goff when he threw what 5, 6 touchdowns? Not touchdowns, interceptions.
But they still won the game, Drew.
But was that on him? Did he win the game?
He did enough in the end.
I think he had 1 touchdown, D. He was responsible for 1 touchdown.
He didn't win that shit. He did enough in the end to get them folks that dub, man. This man threw way less. He threw a third of the interceptions and got blew out by 21. Make that make sense. How Jerry Goff throw 5 interceptions, win the game. This man throw 2 interceptions. Come on, Drew, like that. Nah, Kirk Cousins there. He got to the end of this year. If your ad don't win the playoff game for Kiki Kirk, you out of there. You out of there, Kiki Kirk. You gotta go back.
Kiki Kirk.
Once again, shout out to y'all for joining us tonight. We are the Tapped In Sports Podcast. It's your boy, Mr. D. I got my guy, Big Jew, rocking with me this week. It don't matter who show up. We going to show out. We going to do our thing. Make sure you are liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Make sure you are following us on all social media platforms. That's at Tapped In Sports online. We got to leave the NFL right there. Got to jump into the NCAA because fresh, hot off the press, North Carolina has just hired the GOAT coach of the NFL, Bill Belichick, as their next head coach in Chapel Hill. That's right. Bill Belichick is coming to the NCAA. Do you think Bill will be successful in college football? Tap in.
Hell yeah, man. It's Bill Belichick, man. But come on, man. What is this? What are we really doing here with Bill going to North Carolina, man? You didn't go to one of the bigger schools. It feels like you haven't really let the football go.
No.
You might be trying to look for your way back in.
Of course.
NFL, but that still makes me wonder who wouldn't have hired Bill Belichick in the NFL. Like, why is he even coaching in college or whatever?
Yeah.
But it just feels like he's not just letting pro football go. I think Bill is probably looking for another way in. He's definitely it's gonna be a better team at North Carolina, hands down. I think Bill is still a brilliant guy, man. With or without Tom Brady, I think he still did his thing on defense and whatnot. He brought some pretty good defenses. They showed up in some key games during seasons where the defense was overall bad. So that lets me know alone that the coaching scheme by Bill Belichick was still top tier. So I think he gonna kill. I can't wait for us to whoop their ass in the ACC. I go down. Yeah, I think he gonna do his thing, man.
Hold on. First of all, who is we in the ACC? Cause I know you ain't talking about no goddamn Florida State.
Hey, you know what? We might just fuck around and be back next year. But that's another subject. That's another subject.
Oh, hey, guess who y'all got first game of the season though? Alabama.
Alabama.
Yes, sir. It's going down. But I think this is going to be a good hire for North Carolina. A lot of people have been down on Bill Belichick because they feel like he should have went back to the NFL. Yeah. But like you said, I do agree this is his way to get back because quiet as kept. A lot of organizations in the NFL did not want to hire Bill Belichick because they felt like he was going to be too much of a tyrant. He was going to be too much. A lot of organizations in the NFL did not try to give him a job, did not try to get him an interview. And he ended up going to North Carolina. I think it's going to be he can shake up the ACC because you really don't have that many strong teams in the ACC. You got like Miami, Clemson, you have a couple of more, Florida State. And so I think North Carolina, especially with some of the players that they got, I believe that they're going to be able to make some noise. It's going to be a 5-year deal. He's going to bring a standard. He's going to bring a new life into North Carolina because I feel like they just need a business mind like coach. And then automatically he's going to bring pull because this Bill Belichick, he's going to be able to walk into rooms that other coaches won't be able to walk into and demand and command their respect because, like I said, 6-time Super Bowl champion.
So you think he's going to be good at the recruiting, though? We talking about Bill and the recruiting.
Now, that's the only thing that I think that's going to be a struggle. Hopefully, he hire people to help him out with that, coach him to him. They can coach him up on the specifics of recruiting.
And the same attitude like when you're in the NFL, man.
Oh, no.
You need the fucking players. The players don't need you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you need them players, and then you got to be able to talk to them players' families and be able to get them families on your side too. That's going to be a struggle. That's going to be a challenge, I think. But with that name, Bill Belichick, that's going to make you okay. And it's going to make you want to listen. He's going to be able to grab a lot of people's attention just by it being his name, just by it being him. That's going to give
you don't want to play for Bill.
He got 6. He got 6 of them things.
Yeah.
He coached Tom Brady, so that's gonna automatically your ears gonna go up when you okay. So you're gonna at least want to meet with him to see what he got to say. So that's why I say it's up to him to hire somebody that can help him deliver his message when it comes to recruiting. So as long as he can do that, I think he's gonna be good. It's not that many good teams in the ACC. He can come in and basically be in the top 5. You got Clemson, SMU is there now, Florida State, and Miami. Those are the top 4 teams. Anybody outside of that is really much get in where you fit in. If he comes in and can keep some of the kids that's there now and go out and get him a quarterback because I think that's really what they need. They need them a dominant quarterback, somebody who can really command the field. If he can do that, man, Bill Belichick, man, hey, man, say, man, I don't think he ain't gonna be able to do nothing with Bama, you know what I'm saying, or Georgia or something like that. He'll be able to make some noise at North Carolina.
You don't have to put Georgia and Bama in the same sentence right now.
What you mean?
Georgia number 2 right now, D. Don't
man, chill out. They still out. You don't try to act like y'all try to steal our swag.
I think y'all in the Soap Bowl.
Buffalo, like y'all. That's us. Y'all are us this year, bro. Twins, cousins.
I think y'all in the
Rely Quest Bowl. Yeah, we in the Rely Quest Bowl where we going to beat the brakes off Michigan. Hey, don't even worry about it. But shout out to Bill Belichick. Hopefully he can get that program turned around. He replacing Mac Brown. So hopefully Bill can get the recruits on this side and really turn North Carolina into a powerhouse in the ACC. So next up, what were some of your biggest takeaways from championship week in college football? Tap in.
Oh, what you think, man? I told y'all Georgia here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go down. I think I was a little bit on the fence about that. I said Texas might actually figure it out this time, man. I'm happy they didn't though. Shout out to this Ugga baby. But I saw a lot of slander on Ewers, man. You know what I'm saying? For that game. They thinking it was all on him, man. I think he's still a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he's real successful in the league. But Georgia, man, that Alabama loss, man, that shit didn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? We brushed that shit off. You know what I'm saying? We back on. Tell them we back up. You know what I mean? I just wanted to get that out the way first. But Oregon made their case that they should be number 1. They did remain undefeated. I give them that. But at the same time, they didn't beat the type of people that Georgia beat, the type of defense that Georgia beat. I still have Georgia as being the number 1 team in the nation. And I'm not even sold on this quarterback for Oregon. I don't even know how he get in this race like this. But he just undefeated. That's one thing I got from the championship weekend. They just snuck a guy up there in the fucking Heisman race. What's up with that shit, man?
He undefeated, bro. He undefeated.
I get that. You undefeated, man. There's a lot of players on that team that's undefeated. If you want to go that route, I don't know where that came from, man. I still don't think he's good as Cam or Gentry or Travis Hunter, man. So
no, sir. They had to have an extra quarterback up there because they couldn't have a running back and then a receiver and a corner. So they had to have at least 2 quarterbacks. And Cam Ward was one, and then Jalen Miro, he fumbled the bags.
You didn't have to throw him in there, though.
But I'm saying, though, that's the reason that Dylan Gabriel is in there because Jalen Miro fumbled the bag. If Jalen Miro would Ewers ain't never been a Heisman candidate. He was at the beginning of the season, but once he got hurt, I think he got hurt like game 2 or something when Arch had to come in and win the game. Like, they hurt his case.
Yeah.
And he been injury prone. He ain't really put up the numbers like they thought Ewers was going to put up. But like I say, if Jalen Miro wouldn't have fumbled the bag, like he would have still been right there in the Heisman contender. Yes,
in the bottom, he'd been like,
but he would have been there. It would have been Dylan Gabriel.
He would have been like 4.5.
It wouldn't have been Dylan Gabriel. I know that for sure. But like I said, the biggest thing I took away from championship week, Georgia is, man, I gotta say Georgia, man.
And we got that bye now, D.
I hate that, but y'all really stole our swag bar for bar.
Here we go.
Bro. How did y'all do that?
Oh, come on,
bro.
Man.
Y'all stole our swag bar for bar, bro. I'm talking about how
if we stole y'all swag, why our quarterback don't run?
Who y'all got one? Y'all got y'all backup, dude.
Yeah,
backup.
We never. The quarterback we play in the game is never a runner. Y'all always run y'all quarterback. Always.
I'm talking from the aspect of y'all.
So we could have stole y'all swag if we don't do
I'm talking about from last year, bro. Y'all were boom, y'all up and down, then fuck around. How we beat y'all last year twice. Y'all came back and got Texas the same way. Bro, y'all basically us right now. Y'all is basically Alabama 2.0. That's crazy. Because to be honest, I don't know. I think because Stockton is not a pure passer, Beck is, but man, dude got heart. Man, I would take him over Carson Beck any day. Cause dude got heart and he can run. He basically is like the white Jalen Miro.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Carson Beck is the one that got us here. You know what I'm saying?
Burley, that man so garbage, bro. Get that man out the game, boy. He's shaky. As long as he's in the game,
let
he's
me
shaky, boy.
Hey, okay, all right, let's go with this. Carson Beck do bad, but the team still win, and we should get rid of him. Pat Mahomes do bad, and the Chiefs still win.
Hey, man, we keeping NFL, NCAA, man. You see how you be trying? I told you, man, no Pat Mahomes slander on the podcast tonight. Dex and Trap is not here, so we having no slander.
Y'all with these standards, man. Y'all just be moving that goddamn goalpost. Stay on the thing.
Bro, I'm just saying, Carson Beck has been shaky. Y'all, to be honest, like y'all, the offensive side of the football worries me for Georgia. If y'all can put it together on the offensive side, no, I have no doubt that y'all can be the national champion this year. But I don't trust Carson Beck. I don't trust y'all receivers. I like Frazier. I like him. Y'all got a great running game, and I like y'all defense. Only thing y'all got to do is run the football, play defense. Y'all gonna win a championship this year. But can Kirby Smart actually with the pressure, because he ain't got no Saban, no Alabama. He already done beat Texas. Oregon not physical enough. Ohio State can't get none. Stop it. Y'all beat Tennessee. Come on, man. If Georgia can't win it this year, man.
It's going down. We're gonna have
to kick y'all to the curb for Texas now. Hey, because Bama and Georgia right now. We just sleeping. Yeah, they looked up. Clemson saved a lot of motherfuckers because if Clemson won the one, bro, Alabama would have been in the goddamn playoff, boy.
Man, they saved y'all a lot of heartache, man. Come on,
boy.
Man.
No, sir.
You already knew it. Even if y'all got in the playoffs, you had already said it, man. Y'all wasn't gonna make that much noise. Y'all just gonna say y'all here.
We could have got hot though. If we would have got hot,
y'all wouldn't get that damn hot now. Shit.
See, ain't much flame in the world, huh?
Yeah. You talking about y'all gonna be explosive. You ain't gonna get like that. You just gonna warm up, like rubbing your fingers together.
Next year we'll be back. Hey, so real quick, you said something about the Heisman. You said you don't know how Dylan Gabriel got in there. So who do you think is the Heisman? Who gonna win it? We got the finalists. It's set. It's Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter, you got Cam Ward, and then you got Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. Those are the 4 finalists. Who you think wins the award?
You know them other guys, man, they still going with Travis Hunter. I'm not gonna go with Travis Hunter. Fuck you mean? I still think Genty, man, 2,400 fucking yards. Yeah. I think he had 28 touchdowns to go with that. I'm not even sure what he had on the passing side, but man, he did his fucking thing this season. That shit there just whenever you do 2,000, that kills the argument. 2,000, like that shit is not. It doesn't get done every year.
Hey, he had 209 in the championship game.
Yeah,
that's crazy. 32
in the
bro.
Championship game.
The man ran the ball 32 times by himself. 32 times, 209 yards. His longest run was 75 yards.
75 yards. Yep.
Yeah, that man was totally beat.
He is cold, man, and I hope he hurry up and come on. We could use a guy like that with a star on him. You know what I'm saying? We could put a star on him.
On me.
But Genty, I guess I'm gonna have to recant back to my original statement from the beginning of the season as well as last season. When I said Cam Ward is the fucking truth.
He ain't winning no damn
Heisman. Fucking truth.
But he ain't winning the Heisman, Jew.
Come on, man. But I'm just saying, like, I can't just jump on the other bandwagon when he's still in the race. So that's why I'm just saying that was my original pick. But
it was.
To be honest, yeah, I think Jenny is beating him, to be real with you. I think he's beating him. I just got to go for Cam Ward because I picked him in the preseason. So.
And he's still rocking. Yeah, I mean, I think my boy Trav may have it, but just looking at it at Genty, he is 3 yards away from 2,500. It might have 7. 29 touchdowns.
25. Come on, man.
Yeah, that man, like he's crazy. Like that was just crazy what he did. Like he did. I think Genty probably got it. But I'm gonna be pulling for Travis to get it. But I think Genty at this point, like that's undeniable. Like you can't deny 2,400 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7.3. Come on, 7.3 yards attempts.
Them not just, you know what I'm saying. And shout out to Travis Hunter. You know what I'm saying. He doing his thing. These are not just like big plays. You know what I'm saying. This is a full game's work. This guy is going in and week out doing this shit the whole game. Not just, you know what I'm saying, 5 or 6 fucking plays. that you can put on ESPN. He's doing it the whole fucking game. Man, get at me. Hey, he put that work
Yeah,
in. I
yeah,
think Jenny got it. I think Jenny
yeah.
got
I think they're gonna give it to him because you got, and I know he's eclipsed Barry Sanders. Like Barry Sanders, when he got it, he had, I think he had right a little bit under 2,400 yards.
free something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to deny him. So you gotta make sure you stay tapped in, just like we stay tapped in over here at the podcast with the Barbershop Vibes. It's your boy Mr. D, rocking with my guy Big Jew Goku this week. We chopping it up on the NCAA tip. Make sure you are liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Make sure you tell somebody to tell somebody. We are here every week on YouTube, the Tapped In Sports Podcast. So still in the NCAA. Yeah, the playoffs that they cheated my team out of. All right, the bracket has been set. All right, the bracket has been set. What are your thoughts on the college football playoffs? What do you think gonna play off? Give me some of the ups, the downs, the ins and outs. Talk to me.
Hey man, do you see who Georgia gotta play? Man,
Yeah,
can you see Georgia beating Indiana or Notre Dame?
by 30.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the football guys definitely favored them boys this time around. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I'm
did.
saying? I'm not even gonna lie, they gave them a very clear cut. You know what I'm saying? And then even on top of that, they having to play something between Penn State and SMU and Boise State. Oh man, somebody wants to see Georgia in the fucking championship this
They do.
season, man.
Somebody
It's going
do.
down.
Somebody
It's
do,
going
because
down.
it's no way other than Carson Beck not showing up. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Only thing you got to do is manage the game. He ain't even got to be spectacular because the way y'all running the football, the way y'all playing defense, only thing you got to do is show up. Go.
They put, in my opinion, they put all of the possible teams that could get, you know what I'm saying, make Georgia uncomfortable on the opposite side of the bracket. They ain't got to see none of them to the championship.
To the championship.
And it's at least 3 teams over there. I'm just going to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I still think Georgia's the better team, but I at least see 3 teams on the other side of that bracket, man, that could have stopped Georgia before they made it to the championship.
Yes.
And they avoiding all of them. Hey, the guys definitely favor
possibly 4, but I don't know because y'all already beat Tennessee. I don't think
not 4, possibly 4.
But yeah, most definitely.
Like you said, man, Beck, Carson Beck, man, he's sneaky. You know?
But only thing, hey, like I said, only thing you got to do is show up, manage. Don't turn the ball over. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't put y'all in any type of situations to get turnovers. And I think, like I said, y'all, I might as well book it. Book that trip to the championship because ain't nobody on that side really no type of competition for y'all. Maybe Genty if y'all have to see him because like I said, he be toting that bitch. But besides that, Penn State they soft. SMU they got beat by Clemson. So come on, and y'all beat Clemson. So I don't see that happening. On the other side, you got Texas. Y'all, that's the biggest threat that I see because I honestly think that Oregon might get beat by Ohio State because I got Ohio State coming out the first game against Tennessee. I think Ohio State gonna be on get back, and Ohio
you
State.
Still about that though? You don't have no faith in Tennessee?
Nah, they gonna have to bring the Alabama game tape. If they bring that same defense and offense from the Alabama game, Tennessee didn't go the whole way. But they still shaky. Like I look at Nico, I look at Carson. Like they damn near I really ain't bought into him all the way.
Nico.
I do, but not in a pressure situation.
Yeah.
Not in a pressure situation. I don't. But they got a hell of a coach up there. If anybody can get Nico to rise to the occasion and get the most out of him, he can do it for sure.
Which quarterback in this playoffs do you think, you know what I'm saying, is really going to do their thing?
Quarterback, I think yours is going to have a big playoff, but I think a sleeper is the quarterback from Penn State, Drew Allard. I think if he can get hot, I think Penn State may be a tough out.
I think you just naming fucking people now, guys.
What?
Damn. God damn, where all these guys coming from, man?
So I said that Penn State can be sneaky if Drew Allard get hot because I've seen him dude cold. He mobile and he got an arm on him. Like Drew Allard is decent.
What defense he played?
They really ain't played no defense. I got them coming out against SMU. They gonna beat them. So that's honestly who I think y'all gonna face to go to the championship.
It's Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to not go against Boise State right now. I don't want
Nah.
to. I don't want to run into Genty either. So yeah, I'm hoping it's Penn State as well.
Yeah. But I'm saying Penn State ain't gonna be no easy out though because Drew Aller, he is legit, and they got weapons. They got a run game, and they got a hell of a defense. Abdul Carter, he got the 11 like Micah. Dude is legit on the defensive side, the linebacker spots. Penn State, I think this is the year that Franklin finally gets the monkey off his back of not being able to win big games. And I think that even though he's going to eventually lose in the semis to y'all, this is where he really starts to get some respect as far as being able to win clutch games. So Penn State is somebody you're going to have to look out for. But honestly, on the other side, I don't know. I'm excited to see what Arizona State gonna do.
They probably shouldn't be there.
I want to see because this is for all the little people. You know what I'm saying? But SMU has been dominant for the most part in the ACC. Arizona State was picked last. They really weren't even talked about like that. They just happened to win their way into the.
They took y'all's spot.
Because they in the Big 12.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Basically, they took a okay.
Yeah.
Dark horse out of the playoffs and just put a little place filler up in there.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to see Arizona State. Come on, man. They can't fuck with nobody over there on their side.
I just want to see how it's gonna play out. I just want to see how bad it's gonna get.
Lucky for them, they got the bye. So be happy about that.
Yeah, most definitely. They got that bye, so that's gonna help them out a lot because they get to lay back, watch the tape, and see who they gonna get. Most likely, everybody thinking it's gonna be Texas, but you never know. Dabo, he may be back. Dabo may be back. I don't know. Because if I was out on Klubnik, but in the ACC championship, despite the fact they did fall asleep and let SMU get back in the game, they played decent.
Did they?
They played decent. They played some winning. Obviously, they played championship football because they won the championship. So
they came all the way back. When they up like 21-0, and them boys came all the way back. So somewhere along the line, that offense for Clemson stopped rolling.
Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah. So that's the only thing. You never know. And they can't have no slippage like that against Texas. Because if you get out on Texas 21-0, more than likely they're going to come back anyway because this is just how Texas built. They ain't finna just lay down and die like that. But it can't, man. You can't have some type of mistakes in the playoffs against a team like Texas. Because, bro, you're going to be up 21 and then you're going to find yourself down 20 fast. Because Texas, they can put up points quick in a flash. Before you blink your eye, you down 14 east. But then you got to look at the quarterbacks. It's I don't know, it's shaky because yours, he been nicked up and out. You don't know what he gonna be looking like neither. So that's the only glimmer of hope I get from Clemson. Just really depend on what Quinn Ewers is gonna look like. If they defense can get to him and make it uncomfortable for him, he's been nicked up. But then you got to watch out for Arch, though. Do you think Arch may get some play?
I was waiting for you to bring it up. Come on, I'm not on that shit right now. I see there's a little slander going on. This little we want Arch chant going on, hit back and forth. Man, I'm still on yours. I'm not going for that shit. Texas just got lucky enough that they got two good quarterbacks, and to be real with you, they got a good team. So I'm not on that. I don't think Arch should get in. I don't think you should fuck with the boy's head. Let him do his thing. I think he got this. It's Clemson. He gonna do his thing. He gonna show up. He had a bad, I'm not gonna say game last week. He had a bad moment last week. You know what I'm saying? But I still think Ewers is the man in Texas. So I'm hoping they keep Arch on the sideline, man. Wait for next season. Next season's yours, Art.
But they still have different formations where they bring Arch in the game. But a lot, like you said, a lot of people have been like, we want Arch. Like they want Arch to have several packages. You just don't know what you're gonna get out of there. But like you said, I think they just need to just dance with the one that got them there. Ewers has been the starter of the year. Don't mix it up. Don't do too much more out of the ordinary that you already do as far as like the packages with Arch, because at the end of the day, I know his last name Manning, but he still is a freshman. This is college playoff football we talking about here. So we don't want to rush him out there and then it be to y'all detriment. It be a downfall on y'all. You may just want to just stick with the packages you got with him, the little 1, 2, 3 run plays that you got. Maybe let him throw it maybe here or there, but But when you talking about just really trying to switch it up like that, nah, you can't switch it up.
Like I said, man, next season's his, man. Next season's his.
Question about the bracket. We already know who in that thing. But back to Alabama. Question. Do you think if Nick Saban was the coach, that we would have got left out?
Nope.
Come on, man.
Nope.
I knew it.
Wait, but you know what I'm saying? With me saying no, why would you be saying it? Because we might be saying it for different reasons.
Because it's Saban. You're not finna. I don't give a damn if it's 9-3,
Yeah.
10-2.
Yeah,
This
okay.
is Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't gonna leave. You ain't gonna leave his Alabama team out of the playoff.
Yeah. Nah, facts. That's definitely why I was saying it. Definitely, yeah. It's Nick Saban, so yeah, he definitely would have had to say so in there. I'm pretty sure he gets a little popular every year. And yeah, with this Alabama team, you ain't got faith in it like that.
You don't.
For some reason, I don't know why, man. People just believe that no matter how many fucking losses Alabama will have in the season, when it's Nick Saban, they believe that they can still win.
I'm talking about they still.
But
believe.
you knew y'all was out this season. Yeah, definitely.
When Clemson won, I knew we was out. I knew we was out then. Because I knew if Clemson lost, it was going to be between us and Clemson. And they was going to have 4 losses at that point. So who else was going to go in? But when Clemson won, automatically got them in. And then it's 11-2 team. You going to go with them. And Nick Saban is not coaching them. Like I said, why are we going to put this team out here on TV and it ain't the real Alabama? It's Alabama, but it ain't the real Alabama. You feel me?
Yeah.
Once again, man, shout out to y'all for vibing with us. Shout out to y'all for rocking with us. We are the Tapped In Sports Podcast. Me and my guy Big Jew, we've been rocking it out. We've been knocking it out the park this week. As I always say, make sure you are liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. Shout out to my guys in the group chat too. You already know what time it is. Gonna have them boys back soon. We got to keep it going. Shout out to all the HBCUs in the world. But this weekend, we got Jackson State. They're going to be in the Heritage or / the Celebration Bowl. And they got saying South Carolina State. A lot of people have been down on them. When Dion was there, he could never win this game. They coming in 11-2. They got Jackson State as a 1.5 favorite. You think Jackson State may be able to pull it off this year? Go ahead and get that monkey off the back and win the national HBCU championship.
Definitely. I'm not too familiar with what South Carolina State has done this season, but based on what Jackson State has on the roster this year, I think they can actually pull it off. I don't know what went on with Dion. Maybe Dion just, I don't know, maybe he made the team look better than what it really was, in my opinion. It's Dion. But I think Jackson State can actually pull this one off this year. Definitely.
Oh yeah, gotta go with the frat. Shout out to Coach Taylor down there at Jackson State. I think they can pull it off this year. Yes, sir. I think most definitely they can pull it out this year and get that Heritage Bowls, that national HBCU championship. Hey, because you know we gotta always rock with the HBCUs. Shout out to Rush College, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Hey, my HBCU. You know what I'm talking about? How we get down. Shout out to all the HBCUs. Y'all tap in. Jackson State is a 1.5 favorite, but I honestly think they're gonna probably win by more than you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So another one, you got the Army-Navy game. And Army has been on one this year. So who you picking? You going to pick Army or you going with Navy?
Oh, hands down, I'm going with Army. They proved me wrong in 1 or 2 weeks. I tried to pick against them, so I'm done picking against them for the rest of the year. It's Army all the way.
Army, you know what I'm saying? They got a quarterback, and he's been doing this thing this year. 11-1. This is probably, I think this is their best record, probably in school history. You got to go with Army when it comes to the Army-Navy game.
I think they got to 9-0, 8-0, 9-0, one of those two. And that had never happened before.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, we got a couple of games that's gonna be popping off. Jackson State, South Carolina State. You got the Army-Navy games. Hey, make sure you stay tapped into the games. But before we move on, all right, I just want to take a look at a couple of the different bowls. We already talked about the playoffs, but we still have the other bowls out there that's going on. One bowl I wanted to look at. My aunt going bowling, dog. My aunt going bowling, dog. You got the Alamo Bowl popping off on the 28th. All right, Colorado was coming in as a 3-point favorite to BYU. They was going back and forth. A lot of people been talking about this because this is a rare in-conference bowl because a lot of times you don't have two teams from the same conference. But with the expansion in the Big 12, like it's been crazy. So you got BYU and you got Colorado. Who you picking?
I'm gonna go with BYU.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm not. Hey, I understand what they got going on in Colorado. Shit is very exciting. I wish Dex was on here for this take. But I'm definitely gonna go with BYU. I think they're a better football team overall.
The biggest factor, which I probably already know the answer to this, if Travis and Shedeur is playing. I don't know if they're playing or not. They should be playing. If they are playing, stop playing. Colorado gonna win big. This was supposed to be the original Big 12 championship right here, but some type of way it got fluked out. They didn't end up handling their business, so you got to settle for it in the Alamo Bowl. But I'm gonna take my Unc. I've been riding with my Unc all year,
and that's just the thing. D, you've been riding with him all year. You don't know how to pick against.
Must be the money, hey. Must be the money. Hey, man, Colorado, my Unc get his first. Oh, that's going to be historic. That's going to be epic. But we need Travis and we need Shedeur to show up now. All right. If they don't show up now, it's going to be sneaky, boy. It's going to be real shaky. BYU is going to really be tough. They already tough. But without Shedeur and without Travis, yeah, it's going to be damn near impossible for them folks to take out. Another one, we got the Big 10 versus the SEC. We got a lot of them different matchups going on. But this one, all right, this is a different one, a lower one. All right, you got Missouri and Iowa. Who you rocking with, Drew? Is you rocking with the Big 10 or is you rocking with the SEC? Talk to me.
You already know I'm rocking with the SEC. Missouri gonna do their thing, of course. It just so happens, man, they in a tough conference. They was actually a real good football team this year. Those losses really don't mean nothing. They got 3 of them. But they're a really good football team, man. I think I definitely got Missouri by at least 7 points.
Okay, he said Missouri by 7. I don't know. Missouri been up and down this year, man.
They play in the SEC though.
This is true. This is very true, and that's why I don't see why people don't really understand that when you playing in the SEC, our win should really be 2 wins. Like we win a game, it should be 2. Because, bro, like you gotta look at we beat up on each other like it be hell. You know what I'm saying? All right, the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the Pastry Bowl. I still can't get over that name. That name is hilarious. You got Iowa State, you got Miami coming in. Your boy Cam Ward, Heisman finalist, is taking the show. All right, on the road to the bowl game. Take on Iowa State, who has been tough as well in the Big 12. They've been taking care of business. 10 wins. I think it's been a minute since Iowa State had 10 wins. Ranked number 18. Who you got?
Come on. You already know how this is going, man. Cam Ward about to add one of the shiniest fucking blemishes on his resume with this performance against Iowa State. I see Miami being heavily favored by at least a touchdown, if not 2. Cam Ward, what's up? Bringing this to me right now.
Like they got these folks favored by 3.5 points. Don't do that.
Man, come on, man.
It's 2 10-win games. It's 2 10-win teams, Jude. Don't do that.
Don't do that. They snubbing the boy in the playoffs, dude. Miami should be in these playoffs right now.
I don't know about that with you.
Come on, man. Miami should be in these playoffs right now, man. Cam Ward is gonna go to. This game is not gonna be close. It's be over by the third quarter. I'm telling you,
it's gonna be over by the third quarter. Are you sure?
Third quarter.
But Miami have been known to be up big and let people come back though, so it might be over then. But then it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no guarantee that it's gonna stay like that. Now you know what I'm saying? Hey. Okay, so those are our first 3 bowls. Next week, we're going to talk about the rest of them that's going to be on the outside because we got that great ReliQuest. Yeah, ReliQuest Bowl coming up. You got to stay tapped in, man. It's your boys. We still rocking. We still rolling. Gonna leave the NCAA right there because we got to get into our NFL games of this week because it's got some good ones on tap. It's going to be going down for sure. First up on the NFL games, we got Pittsburgh and Philly. All right, the 2 Pennsylvania teams are going to be going at it. My boy Russ is going to take Steeler Nation on the road in Philly. Know it's going to be cold outside. Who you got? Tap in.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Yeah, Philly probably gonna do this one. I see Saquon having a pretty solid game. I'm not too convinced though on Jalen Hurts against a complicated defense. To be honest with you, if Tomlin can send the right packages and have the right disguises out there, and just so happens Philadelphia doesn't get their running game going, Pittsburgh can steal it. But this time I'm gonna go with Philly. I think Saquon's gonna have a pretty solid game. This is your game, Saquon, to win.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Philly too. Only reason off the strength because Pickens is he's questionable. I don't think he's gonna be playing this week. But they do have Frymouth. They still have Jalen Warren. They still have Najee Harris. So they got a couple of Russ still has his weapons. But I think it's just gonna be tough. They're gonna be on the road in Philly. You already know how they Philly crowd. Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be a blowout though. I think it's gonna be a Philly favorite. I don't think Philly gonna win against the spread this week. I think it's gonna come down to a field goal. I don't think Philly gonna win against the spread. It's gonna come down to a field goal. Gonna be a tight one, but in the end, I gotta take Philadelphia. Even though I'm still not really sold on them right now because they still shaky in the locker room. So you got to be careful.
You had them possibly beating the Lions though. It's one of the threats against the Lions.
I know I do, but I'm just saying for this week, you already know that in-state rivalry thing. It'd be different. Yeah. And then especially because they got recent beef right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. Like AJ Brown, they were just at each other's neck. Then you got Brandon Graham talking and all that different stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be sneaky, boys. It's gonna be sneaky. So game one, both of us going with Philly. So next up, I was trying to find an album before we go to the big time. Okay,
I hope Kansas City ain't in no big time joint.
Oh no, man, we got the Browns, man. We beating them by 40. I don't know though, cause James he's sneaky. He like to eat the dub. You never know, boy. It might be a sneaky game, cause it always be the games that you supposed to win. You can't never take nobody for granted, especially this time of year in the NFL. Like that phrase, any given Sunday, it's really any given Sunday right now because it gets so close to the end of the season. People are starting playing rivalries. It's starting to get cold outside.
Plus, Kansas City due for a loss, right?
Here he go.
You always
here
say
he
it.
Go, babe. Stop it.
You say that every week.
Your boy Matt Stafford is actually due for a loss right now. So I think in the second game, which we got Los Angeles and San Francisco, I wouldn't say rivalry, but another in-state game. You got Los Angeles coming in 7-6. Then you got San Francisco coming in 6-7. Battle for the NFC West. It's tight out there, especially with Arizona and Seattle. Who you got in this one?
I got the Rams. I think Stafford is hot right now. I think he's doing his thing. It's time to get ready and try to give for a good entry into these playoffs. And Stafford is playing as good as anybody right now in the league. Yeah, I got Los Angeles. I'm not sure what the fuck happened in San Francisco this season, but these boys been taking L's left and right. And it's the same team other than Brandon Ayuk went down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's evident how important he is, you know what I'm saying? Because CMC came back and that was supposed to get something going. And shout out to Jennings. That boy has been doing his thing all season as well. I think he's one of the better rookies too as well. He's been doing his thing. But I don't even know why these boys is losing like this. Other than to say, man, evidently Brandon Ayuk took a lot of attention off of a lot of guys. And that's how they was able to do their thing. Stafford coming away with this W, man. I got the Rams. Yeah.
Okay, most definitely. This is going to be a good one, I think, because they really going to be battling for a position out there in the division. I'm going to go with Los Angeles, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's sneaky. They're going to be in San Francisco. They're going to be outside. They play outside, even though California don't get that cold, but it's still going to be a little chilly outside. They just won, so they're going to really be, it can be sneaky. And plus, Kyle Shanahan has to get one because, okay, you got to think about it. The past couple of years, San Francisco have been right there competing to get to the Super Bowl or going to the Super Bowl. And now all of a sudden, you're down 7-7. So you really 6-7. So you really haven't been able to produce and get it done. And now you're having a down year. Granted, you had a lot of people in and out of the lineup. McCaffrey's been hurt. Ayuk is down. Debo has been nicked. Even Brock Purdy has been down a little bit this year. Running backs, you can't keep none. They've been running through running backs in San Francisco. But Cal Shanahan, you being the guru that everybody has pegged you out to be, you got to be able to produce a little bit something better than 6 wins so far. Even and on the defensive side, their defense have taken a step back. They're not that vaunted defense. They really have something that they got to show up for this week, because if they go to 6-8, it's really going to be damn near over with for them making the playoffs and making a run out there, because you got Seattle and you got Arizona, who really on their business, really, you know what I'm saying? They ain't playing no games neither. And I think they play this week as well. A lot of stuff going to shake out there in the NFC West. So you most definitely, you got to be tapped in. So I'm going to take Los Angeles, but I still think San Francisco going to be hungry. They're going to be scratching. They're going to be fighting. I wouldn't be surprised if they could pull out the win as well. So we got one more, the last one, Ju. Big time. A lot of stuff. I wouldn't say a lot of stuff on the line, but this could help shake out people playoff futures and what they got going as far as on both sides. You got the Buffalo Bills going to Motown, Showtown. It's about to go down. You got Buffalo and you got the Detroit Lions. The Lions are 2.5 favorite. The over-under at 54.5. This is going to be a shootout, I believe. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be prime time, even though I think I don't know what time they play. It's still going to be a prime time game. So who are you taking, my dog? Tap in.
I want to.
It's tough. I know. It's tough. I know.
Oh, shit. I want to say Buffalo, but let me go on the record as saying, even though I want to say Buffalo, if Detroit can run the fucking ball the way they've been running it, Buffalo cannot stop that shit. They cannot stop. That's an L, definitely. But if just so happens Buffalo figures out how to hold the combination of Gibbs and Montgomery to, let's say, maybe 100 yards or less, maybe 80 combined, just so happens they could pull something off like that, I got Buffalo. But yeah, Detroit is, man, that run game just crazy right now.
Man, it's crazy. That Detroit run game is stupid. And Jared Goff, he in the MVP conversation for a reason. Jared Goff has been producing at a high level this year. It's going to be a tough one for Buffalo. The only reason I give them a shot, because of course they got Josh Allen. And you know my phrase, Detroit is due for a loss.
For a loss, yeah.
They do for a loss, you know what I'm saying? So I honestly think Buffalo is going to be hungry. They're going to be really trying to get at that win. It's going to shake out a lot when it comes to the playoff picture and people playoff hopes and futures. So I'm going to take Buffalo. I think Buffalo go into Motown and they still don't win. I think that, but like you say, if it all going to come down if they can stop or if they can try to contain that running game. If they can't do nothing with Gibbs and Montgomery, hey, it's good night, Irene. But if they can somehow try to contain them and let Josh Allen go to work and hold the football and take the air out the football and keep their defense out there for as long as possible, make their defense really have to play and not be able to pin their ears back and go get, because it's going to be hard as hell to tackle Josh Allen anyway. But I'm just saying, if they're not able to just fire off on him and he really makes them stay out on the field longer than what they want to, they can really make this a game. But if he's not able to maintain that clock and make them have to go on long drives, it's going to be tough. And Detroit gonna do what Detroit been doing the whole season. So that's gonna be a good one. So who you say you got in that one?
I got Buffalo if they can stop the run. I got Buffalo.
He said he gonna take old Buffalo if they can stop the run. It's gonna be sneaky. It's gonna be sneaky, my boy. Man, I'm telling you. Hey, those are our games for the NFL. We got some real good ones on the lineup. There's a lot of stuff going on in sports right now. Hey, it's going down. It's going down. Oh, side note, before we get ready to get about this thing, I know we really didn't go into college basketball, but shout out to the Kentucky Wildcats, able to get that big old victory over the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Yeah, Big Dick had to pay your boy some money on that one right there. Most definitely. Hey, it's a lot of stuff going on in sports. Oh, yeah, most definitely. And shout out to Solo. Oh, shout out to Solo. Yo, he just broke the bank. 15-year, $765 million signing contract. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Let me clear that up. 760
Crosstown.
million. Crosstown.
Yeah.
765 million, bro. That is a
Just
lot
to go cross.
So I wonder what really made him choose them, because I heard that the Yankees put out a deal, an offer for 16 years at 760 million. So he took a less year for 5 extra million. Do you think it was just all about money with him taking it?
Not at all. I'm not sold on that rumor at all. I don't think that's what it was. The convenience that he has, you know what I'm saying, to still stay within state or whatnot, so he doesn't have to make any major moves and set up in a new state or a new city or whatever. He still keeps the same state taxes and whatnot. He still gets to live at home. You know what I'm saying? And this is for what we talking about, like 20 years? You know what I'm saying? 20 years straight, man. You really get to stay at home and make $1 billion.
Man,
That's must be nice.
Only 26 years old. That's the crazy thing. 26 years old. That's wow.
Now, me personally, I don't think that was just the best move that the Mets could have made. I think they could have addressed some other issues so that they could have actually been some contenders in their division to mess with the powerhouses, such as like the Yankees and whatnot. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. Finally, they did go after some real heavy hitter, you know what I'm saying, like Juan Soto. So shout out to him for that. That boy paid.
I'm talking about big money, but hey, the Yankees weren't sleeping neither. They went and signed Max Fried. They tried to help out the pitching a little bit. There's still some moves made, but you let Soto get away. Come on, bro. Y'all,
that's a big hitter, man. That's
yeah. You can't let Soto get out the door. But they come on with it.
But they got hitters. I'm gone.
Yeah, they got hitters for sure. But that was their combination. Like you had Solo D, you had Judge. Like that was monster on monster. That was crazy.
Yeah. Real.
Hey, it's a lot of stuff going on in sports right now. Hey, but that's our show for the night, Jew, man. Anything else before we get ready to get about this thing, my brother?
No.
Yeah, he said he good. Hey, you already know. Hey, they robbed Alabama. Dallas, we got to clean. We just got to clean up everything in Dallas. Yep. Shout out to the UK Wildcats. We are here every week on YouTube. Make sure you are liking, share, subscribing to the channel. Shout out to my guy Big Jew joining me tonight on the ones and twos. And as I always say, live your life. Never let them live it for you. Bang. Let's go.
Oh my.